Yo, come back fishing, friends, to another adventure. We're up here at the Buffalo Hole, scouting out some spots. Been fishing a little bit in this creek, checking the depth, and it's just a no-go. It's way too shallow. Man, back in the spring, I'd run topwater over those little stretches there and whack some fish. Got beaver runs all through here. But, yeah, nothing doing here, so we're gonna move down a little bit. Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate all the support. I'm usually making some kind of fishing video. Today I've started out pitching a little Megabass Sparkshad on an underspin, and just using this on the old Mags custom rod, 12-pound fluoro leader, 12-pound braid mainline. So I've been just kind of scoping it out and see what I can come up with, but nothing here. So we're gonna move down a little bit. Man, when the water's up, this creek is phenomenal, but it's so low now, it's kind of iffy. A lot of bank dens through here. Anyway, all right, let's go to another spot. All right, guys, here we go. Yeah, it is pretty shallow. We haven't had any solid rain since, right Thanksgiving, right before Thanksgiving. All right, here it is, little Sparkshad. My other one got snagged, so I had to switch to this one. But man, it's a great little lure to fish with. Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate all the support. Hope you guys are having a good winter and able to get out and do some fishing. I usually, for my underspins, use the GLF sneaky underspin, but I got a whole bunch of these. I can't remember where I got them, but they were so cheap. I got like 8 packs of them. Oh, there we go, we're hooked up. On the Megabass Sparkshad. What do we got here? Looks like a bass. There we go, we got one. Not a bad fish right there. Check that out. There's the Sparkshad. Well, he just gobbled that up. Not a bad fish right there. Check that out. For this spot, this is pretty good. All right, buddy, you ready for the release? It's my first fish catch of 2026. And it was on the Megabass Sparkshad. All right. Let's keep it rolling here. Got big crappie in here, gar, catfish, bass, of course, big bluegill. So I'll start up here from this little perch, and then I'll roam the bank that way a little bit later. So you don't need to crank this too hard, just enough, and then kill it. Since it's shallow, you don't want it to get too far down in there. There we go. There we go. Upsy daisy. This one's a nice bass right here. Easy. Right in the corner of the mouth. Perfect hook set there. It's a little bit bigger fish. Check that out. Man, that's nice. All right, there he is for the release. You ready, buddy? There he goes. Whew. That's it right there. Another one on the Sparkshad. It's a pretty good fish. Bank flip. Ooh, this one's bigger than the other one. Check that guy out. Not too shabby right there. All right. You ready, buddy? Let's go. Boy, they don't need a lot of room, do they? Boy, he just disappeared. Whew. All right, we're gonna switch to something else. It's gonna be a long shot, but we're gonna try it. Switch to a bomber, long A topwater. Did some modifications to it. I wanna see if it works. So there it is, the bomber long A. Now I forgot to bring my topwater rod where I've got the mono set up, so we'll see how it goes. But this one, I put it in super hot water to superheat it to increase the buoyancy. Then I took off the middle treble, and I lightened the hooks up. That way it'll stay on the surface more to create the wake. So I'm more interested just to see how it looks on the water, but if I catch something, all the better. Oh yeah, check it out. You don't need to crank too much. Check out that wake. It's working, the mod is working. It worked. Check out that wake. It's exactly what I was looking for. All right, now let's see if we can entice a bite. Look at that thing cast a country mile. We're in the dead of winter, but, excuse me. Here in Texas, you can still fish topwater. All right, let's see what we can get over here. It's looking pretty good right there. So just got to keep it going. The key is the consistency of it. If I can do that, keep that up, then this will be awesome. Normally this runs subsurface, but with these modifications you can get it to stay right on top, and it's a great lure to fish with. One of the all-time great wake baits. Check that out. Boy, it didn't take much to get this thing moving in the right direction on the surface. You just got to do real patient with it. All right, one more cast with this, and I'm gonna try something else. All right, one more. This one I'm gonna burn it and see what happens. See if it stays near the surface, on the surface, or just below. That's pretty cool. Alright guys, on the Bass X, I'm testing this Spartacus 2 from Cast King. Seeing if it really does what it claims to, not backlash. I don't have a lot of line on it, just in case. But so far, so good. Testing a new bladed jig from Nate's Custom Lures. Getting into some cabbage. Oops. Rats, that stinks. I think that's more due to new line and line memory. But I'm gonna get this thing snagged now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that looks good coming through the water. There we go. Ooh, with it being so shallow, it's kind of an issue here. We'll see if we can find a hole to get this in, or either that or just run it as a top water. There we go. Yeah, that cast's nice. The Spartacus 2. Alright guys, here's another one on the Sparkshad. That's a good one right there. Here we go. Let me watch him get my footing here. Alright, there he is. Check that out. Not a bad fish. You ready, buddy? There you go for the release. Boy, it didn't take much for him at all. On the Megabass Sparkshad. Check it out, guys. You can even do it on like a little ball head jig. It'll work just fine. But that's it right there. Let me set this down. Not a bad fish right there. All right, you ready, buddy? Let's go. Choom. So up in Iowa, I love to throw these on a little ball head jig, but today I'm throwing it with a little underspin, and it works just fine. You could see that. I mean, it's just bang, bang, bang. Catch good crappie with that too. I don't crank it too hard, just a little bit. Then I give it some twitches. Crank, give it a couple twitches. Alright guys, we're hooked up another one on this little Sparkshad. There we go. All right, there he is. It's a nice little fish right there. There you go, buddy. Choom! Boy, it didn't take him much. Look at that. Ooh, he's sitting right there. I see him. Oh, there he goes. He gone. Is that him? Nah, he swam off. All right, let's try a different one. We're gonna try a little Kitech. See what that one does. All right, same type of setup, but with a Kitech. So I bushwhacked over here. I'll go back to that other spot in a little bit, but I want to see if I can get a crappie on this. Bass Assassins work really well for this. Hotshot Minnow from X Zone, Lunker City. I mean, just about anybody. It's got a nice little 2.5 or 3-inch little bait. I mean, you guys know. Look at that thing. All right, guys, we're hooked up. Okay, this one's on the Kitech. Check that out. Not too big, but it's a good little fish. There you go, buddy. That's it. That's all it is right there. All right, guys, I'm trying something a little different. I nose hooked this Z-Man soft plastic on the free rig. I usually do it weedless, but I'm just testing different things. We'll see how this goes. I want to see if it's more buoyant with that hook in there like that. Just giving it some pops, just testing things out here. So far it seems like it works fine. Felt like I had a bite down there. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Inconclusive. I felt a thunk. Let's keep trying. Yeah, it was like a thunk. But it might have been because there's a lot of junk down there, grass and stuff. It's probably the weakest technique I've got. I don't like fishing it very much. But you know what I mean? It's just another tool in the arsenal. I think we got one, guys. Let's check and see on the free rig. Got this one on the Victory. 10-pound fluoro leader to a 12-pound Sunline braid. Not a conventional setup, but man, it sure does work for me. This could be a catfish. Big crappie, maybe? Something's coming up. Ooh, check it out. It's a nice bass. On the free rig. That's a good thing about a small hook like this. It's not going to get in there too deep. We got him right there. Check him out. Let's go, buddy. Choom. There he goes. All right, let's take a look. Minus the cabbage. That's it right there. Not too shabby, so it works. All right. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right, gotta swap to something else. Gotta test a couple more things. All right, guys, on the old school Daredevil. Look at the swirl right down here, the crappie are going after something. Got this one on the old school Daredevil. I used to throw as a kid all the time. Let's see what we got here. Oh, it's a nice bass. Check that out. On the Daredevil. Easy. He's got a gimpy eye on this eye. Come on, let's go. Get out of there. This may be a spotted bass. Take a look at that. Does the jaw go past the eye? See his gimpy eye? A little cloudy. Anyway, all right, there we go. That's it. Just a little easy going spoon. Man, I love spoon fishing. And this thing's got just such a cool flutter. One thing I do is I put a little crane swivel I don't know if you can see it on the back of that, which lets it have a little more movement and dance a little more. Credit to Frank Scalish for that little tip right there. So I've been throwing some other lures. I threw a couple bombers. I threw a Demiki 100, DC 100, which is one of my sneaky crankbaits that I rarely get on film. But nothing wanted to hit that thing. Check it out, the old school spoon, guys. Man, that's so much fun to throw. I got a compilation video coming out on spoons. A lot of times they're forgotten about, but man, they can catch fish. All right, guys, on the Strike King Red-Eyed Shad. And this one's kind of that sexy chrome. We just got hammered on the fall way out there. I love throwing the lipless crankbaits. Look at all those fish down there going bananas. This looks just like one of those little, like a little baby crappie or a little baby shad. He's got all kinds of cabbage with him. Ooh, right in the corner of the mouth and in the part of the fin. Ooh, all right, let's go, buddy. There's that one. There's that one. You're all set. There's the lure right there. Good stuff. Looks just like these little bitty bait fish that are down here. All right, there he is. Check that out. Not a bad fish. There you go. Off you go. Yeah, he just whacked it on the fall. I love throwing these. To me, the key is always in the eye. That big eye and then the flutter. I just let it flutter down and then I do a typical yo-yoing. There we go. See on the fall? They don't usually jump in the wintertime, but boy, he sure did. Man, that's a nice fish right there. There he is. Take a look at this, guys. I've used this one just so much. Look at it. The paint's starting to come off. That's all right. I got some paint I can put on there. All right, let's see if we can fish another one out of there. Always on the fall, those last two. And if it gets in the grass a little bit, I just pop it free and then I kill it. And a lot of times I'll hit it then. It's fun to fish with. All these little bait fish over here look just like it. All right, guys, I'm gonna throw this Berkeley drip minnow. I think this is 4 inches. I've never used one before on a drop shot, believe it or not. I've been using the fiction shad lately from 6 Cents, which is really nice. But we'll see how this goes. I'm just going to slowly bring it in, twitching. Some spots I'll just let it sit there. After figuring out the drop shot a couple years ago, I've had so much fun doing it. I think it was 2020 during that COVID year. After that, 2020, 2021, I really focused on it. And I really enjoy doing it now. Alright guys, one on the drop shot with a Berkeley drip minnow. Oh, he's a pretty good fish. Check him out. Ooh. There he is. Alright, there he goes, right there. Man, that's a good fish right there. There you go. On the drop shot. Good stuff. Alright guys, on a Rapala countdown minnow. Ooh, look at that wake. I just spooked something. What is that? Got spider webs all over? Ooh. Check it out. It's a big bluegill. Man. Well, that's a real fatty. Oops. He's too slippery. I'm going to have to dig these hooks out. Man, that's kind of cool. Easy. Come on. There we go. Come on, quit your flipping and flopping. All right, there he is. Nice big fatty bluegill. Dunk, there he goes. I'll show you. See, I had some hits on the weedless thunderbug and I couldn't figure out what it was. There we go. But they would never ever take it. Same thing when I was throwing a little bladed jig. I kept getting hit, thump thump. So this one I just slow crank it. Give it a little twitch, let it sink. Oh, there we go. On that little twitch. Am I in a school of bluegill out there? Looks like it. Check that out. Ooh. Easy. There we go. Ooh. There we go. Check that guy out. Ooh. That's it. The Rapala countdown minnow. Multi-species day. All right, guys, on the Rapala countdown minnow again. Oh, this one's a little bass right here. Check that out. There we go. Very nice. Here he is, young fish. Look for a meal. Oops, a little bloody up there, but he'll be all right. Zing, there he goes. Man, that was good stuff. Guys, I also want to wish everybody a happy new year. You know, it's 2026. What a great day of fishing for me. Man, I'm looking forward to this year. 2022, 23 was epic. 23, 24 was epic. 24, 25 was epic. And 25 up to this point has just been phenomenal. So I'm looking forward to a 2026. It's awesome. All right, guys. Get out there and whack a few fish. Enjoy the outdoors. Test out some of these lures. And enjoy your 2026. Once again, Happy New Year. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me for today. Thanks for hanging out with me and supporting the channel. Until next time, I will see you then. Bye-bye. Now get out there and get your lures wet.